Hello, welcome back to the George Scaife LFC YouTube channel. A lot has changed in the last day. I've got these stupid earphones on, and I've got a new setup, so that's quite exciting. Hopefully, you've noticed it firstly, and hopefully you enjoy, and you can acknowledge the up in quality. Speaking of up in quality, do you like what I did there, guys? I've got two guests on the channel to carry me through the vid, and it's a big vid today. We are going to rank every Liverpool player from 21 to first based on this season. I'm joined by Liam and I'm joined by Ben. Liam, how are you?
Not too bad, mate. You know what? I've only got a list of 20 here, so I'm quite concerned of who I've missed out.
Right. There's definitely 21. Ben, have you got 21?
I've got 21. I should get 21. I can count to 21. I am an accountant. So
Liam, sort your list out. Sort your list out quick. I won't come to you in the next minute.
We'll figure out. No. The list is there. I've got 22-1, but I don't have a 21st. So we'll figure.
No, but you must do. I've got 21. Who have you missed out?
I've got no idea. I didn't do anything.
Is that Engamo? Yeah.
I'll
stick him in. Okay.
I'll figure that one out.
So we'll start with talk. We'll talk for about 20 minutes. We've got two kind of brief segments. We're going to look at the Brighton game and we're going to look forward onto the Wolves game. And then we'll go on to the big kind of segment of the video. I hope everyone's well. James Gallagher's in there, one of the long-term members, mate. I'm well. Hope you're well as well. Callum as well. Lectin, King Fred, all the members are in today. I want to start with the Brighton game because I think there's so many positives we can take from it. And there's 100% more positives than negatives, which you can't really say too many times this year, honestly. And actually recently we've been pretty decent. And we're putting some good football together. I want to start with perhaps a man of the match shout from the game. I think there were at least 3 or 4 candidates. I think Curtis Jones comes to mind for me. Kirkez was good. Szoboszlai as well. And I think Salah, for once. I mean, Salah's had a good game off the back of a pretty bad season. Little segue into maybe his poor form in the ranking later on. Ben, I'll come to you. Man of the match, who are you looking at? Is it one of them 4 candidates for you?
Yeah, it is between those 4, but I'd narrow it down to 2. I think one of the 2 Hungarians. I think Kirkez or Szoboszlai, just depending on what you're looking for there. I think pound for pound, I'm going to give it Kirkez if it's me making the choice. There may be a bit of bias there, just I'm sick of seeing Szoboszlai be our best player all the time. So just mixing it up a little bit. But I say I'm sick. You know what I mean. I think it was nice. And Kirkez, what I liked most about Milos Kirkez's performance, in my opinion, last couple of months, defensively, he's looked good since December, something like that. Offensively, there's been a lot more to come, and we've seen it against Brighton, and I think that made a big difference. I
agree. Yeah, I think it was probably his best game, maybe his best game of the season. I think there's a few actually with him, and they've come actually in the recent month, I'd say. Liam, do you agree, or of picking someone else man of the match?
No, I probably do agree. Kirkez was definitely the best player in the first half. That first half was incredible. You know, he had deep runs. He had the composure, like Ben said, on the ball. I think we know his capabilities defensively. We know he likes to get stuck in. Very physical defender. Stays tight to his man. Good in the air as well. He showed all this against Brighton too. But on the ball, he has sort of been missing that for months. But he looked much more composed on the ball. He's actually looking to take players on now. Even that one where he goes down the left and he cuts in on his right. You know, when he chops it and takes like 2 players out of the game. Gakpo blocked that one off the line, but I think he was offside anyway. But yeah, Kirkez really good. Like you say, Salah, Szoboszlai, Jones definitely deserves a shout as well. Kirkez getting that assist for Jones. Don't know what's happened between Jones and Slot in the last couple of weeks, but hopefully that's behind us now because we're going to need him at right back.
Yeah, I think we need to put it, well, say we've nothing to do with it, but I think the 2 of them, I assume, who are involved here, need to kind of put it aside and be like, for the best of everyone here, just forget about it. Whatever's happened, because Jones has proven his worth in that game. I actually had a man of the match, personally. I thought it was really useful. Obviously came up with a goal as well. A good finish from Kirkez with the cross. I think we've got to speak about Salah. Don't think there's a better time to speak about Salah, really. I think he came back in after it was Marseille, wasn't it? His first game back, unless I'm wrong there, after AFCON. I think he was kind of eased in quite quietly, I would say. Kind of slipped in there under the radar. Oh, Salah's playing. No way. That was my reaction anyway when he lined up. And since then, he's had a few poor performances. I think Bournemouth comes to mind, was a bad one. But this was certainly a good one. And I think it's important when you talk about the negatives with that much energy, you replicate the energy in a positive light when he plays well. Ben, was this Salah's best game of the season? I'm going to start with that. I think that's the conversation we could have with this. I know I've put one on you there. I don't know. I find it tough. I would say maybe yeah, but maybe that's recency.
it may be recency bias, but look, there's nothing that's coming to head that beats it. I know I've seen all the stuff on socials, as everyone on the live will have done, about Saka versus Salah this season. He's putting up the numbers. There's nuance there. I think most of the games that he scored this season has been penalties or moments here and there. I thought his performance was excellent against Brighton. So, off the top of my head, George, I can't think of a better one. So I wouldn't have thought of it unless you'd asked, but you might be right.
Liam, anything?
I thought he was good in both games against Madrid, Atletico and Real. Yeah, I remember him starting the game quite slowly against Real Madrid, but he really grew into that in the second half. Like he did against Brighton, really, as well. I don't think he was great in that first half, but that second half was really back to the old Salah. And yeah, was it 2 goals? No, he gets the goal and assist against Atletico, doesn't he?
Yeah, he had a good game there. Atletico, I mean, man of the match in that. I don't even think he was man of the match in that game, to be fair. I think Frimpong had a good game. Van Dijk obviously scores that goal. Sobers had a great game. I don't know, it's tough. I don't think he's actually put up a man of the match performance, is my point. And I think maybe he has here more so than the rest.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm looking at the rating here. They give him a 9.5. That's a very high rating considering Kirkers were 7.5, Jones were an 8, and Sobers were an 8. So ratings are nonsense. So yeah, definitely between those 4 for me. I don't think Brighton put up much of a fight, to be fair. They got into the game second half, maybe the start of it, certainly. They tried playing some football, but we weathered the storm. And I think a big part of us weathering the storm, actually, in my opinion, was McAllister. I think it's one of McAllister's better games this season. I tried to segue into McAllister there. I think he kind of worked, because I did think he did really well in combating their attempt at getting back into the game against his old side. Liam, I'll come to you. I mean, I don't want to say the same thing. Was that McAllister's best game? I certainly think it was one of them, and I don't think that was his best game. I'll throw a few in the mix of Real Madrid. I thought was really good.
Yeah, that's the goal.
I thought Aston Villa was really good as well, but I'll pose it to you. If not his best game, was that? I mean, what do you reckon to the performance? Really good for me.
Yeah, he's definitely been better since the turn of the year. I don't know what's happened in the last couple of weeks, but he seems to have his legs back as well. He looks much more physically, I wouldn't say dominant, but he looks physically better in games. But yeah, on the ball, really composed. He was cutting things out as well. I don't know. And this is what I sort of struggled with the list between 20 to 1. I feel like I've sort of just blanked out that like October to November period where we were so bad. So I don't really, I can't even think of his performance against Villa. I remember Gravenberch had a really good game against them. I don't remember the McAllister one, but yeah, he's definitely improved since the turn of the year. He had a performance against Arsenal. I thought he was quite good against Arsenal. He's good in those games where you need those like little short passes, 1-2 touch. That's probably where he's best on the ball, making late runs into the box as well. That's where he gets his goal against Real Madrid. But yeah, one of his best performances, definitely. Yeah,
King Fred, one of the members on the stream, says best game this year by a mile, in his opinion. Alexis' best game in a while, though. Confidence should be high now, hopefully. I mean, Ben, I'll come to you in terms of, in my opinion, 2 of the biggest rotation, I guess, pairing in our team right now. You look at Kirk as maybe Robertson at one point in the season. I think it is McAllister and Jones in terms of that left-sided midfield role. And I know you're a massive fan of Jones, Ben. I mean, if you've got any thoughts on McAllister from previously, do let me know. But where do you think that lies in terms of who's starting for you? I know Jones going through a bit of a rough period with the manager, it looks like. Does he get straight back in the team? Or has McAllister done enough to kind of go, no, hold on, I've put up a good fight here?
Well, he did put up a good fight in the last game. But I think over the course of the season, I'm still Curtis Jones. So if it was one or the other, George, I am Curtis Jones as it stands right now. However, obviously, given Liverpool's right-back dilemma, etc., there's no reason for Curtis Jones not to continue there. Obviously, we were probably all surprised to see Jones start there. I'd actually called for it a couple of games ago, but it didn't happen. And then Szoboszlai's back, so you just assume Szoboszlai will play there. And Jones, you have to give him credit, the attitude of the lad to not play for 5 games and then come back in and play out of position and, in George's opinion, be man of the match. But he was certainly in the 4. I agree with the 4 players you picked. I mean... But on the same token, when McAllister plays well and he's not been at his best this season, I'm sure he's the first to admit that, to then drop him seems really harsh. So is there a way to get them both in? The positive of the right-back dilemma probably is, at the moment, there is. So that's what I would probably do.
Yeah, I think I agree. It's one of them where if you can play them all to get Szoboszlai further up the pitch, I think that's the best way forward. I think I've summarised everything I want to say in terms of who played well. I don't think it's worth talking about who played poor. I think people are going down the wrong route with that. We've won a game. Let's not talk about the likes of Chiesa, the likes of Gakpo. I mean, Jesus Christ. We'll talk about Gakpo later on, I'm sure, in some depth. Let's look forward to the next round, which is Wolves away. Is it away? Pretty sure it's away, right?
Away, yeah.
We've got them twice in a week, I'm pretty sure as well. Both away.
Less than a week.
Right. That must not happen like
4
ever.
or 5 days.
Has that ever happened?
Well, to be fair, it nearly happened like that January where Gakpo came in and we played like Brighton twice and Wolves twice.
Brighton twice, yeah.
Yeah, in that same month. I don't know, were they both away? I'm trying to think now.
One must have been at home. I feel like we played Leicester like 6 years ago in the Cup and the League in really close succession. Don't know, fact check me guys in the comments. Please do, check me over. Wolves, in terms of that as a draw, you look at, I mean, you could have had, who did Mansfield, I think were probably the best in the draw. I think Arsenal got Mansfield as well. But other than that, among the Premier League teams, these are certainly one you've kind of got your eye on in terms of a winnable fixture. And to have them in the league as well, I see as a positive. Either of you, I don't really know who I'm directing this to, do you think there's a big positive in playing them in the league 4 days previously? I think there is.
Is it before or after? I haven't seen the fixtures.
It's the Premier League first on the 3rd and the FA Cup on the 7th of March.
I see.
Do you reckon that's a positive?
I'm not sure, I feel like they probably won't play the same team and neither will we across both matches. It'll be all right for some of the new boys to get a feel of what Molineu's like. I don't think it's a really scary place to go. No offense to any Wolves fans if they're any Wolves
Careful
fans
what you say.
But yeah, no, I think in terms of the draw, it's definitely good to miss out a lot of the big Premier League teams, like you say, missing out City, Arsenal. Who else is still in it? Chelsea, pretty sure. Chelsea in it? Yeah, they beat Hull, didn't they?
Beat Hull.
That's what I mean. So it's definitely positive. Wolves probably the best. Yeah, probably the best out of the Premier League teams that you would want. I think they are improving. They're not as bad as they were at the start of the season. Rob Edwards has sort of turned them around a little bit. They've got a lot of decent players now. That Mane, who we've been linking recently. But you'd expect us to win it, really. It's a good chance to go far in that competition.
Yeah, Ben, where do you kind of lie in your value of the FA Cup right now? Because any other season, I'm going, right, a chance at silverware, let's just do it. Let's go reasonably strong. Yeah, you play the youth players. Yeah, you give Engamoa and maybe Naoni a chance, but ultimately we want to win the thing. At this moment in time, we're very close to, we're out the top 4. We're currently, 5th, 6th, whatever it is. Is the priority the Premier League above all else? How strong are you going in this Wolves game?
It's a great question. I think I'd still go for a blend, but you go strong. If that makes sense. So you probably pick 8 of your first 11 and rotate 3, something like that. But you still go out with the full intention of winning the game. I think Liverpool, given that season, the context you've just said, it's a tough one, mate, because I guess both are the main priority. It's the classic question which I could put back at you: top 4 or the FA Cup? If I was to ask you one or the other, which one do you pick? It's really, as a fan, you want the trophy, you want the day. That's the one that goes in the history books. But in terms of financial stability of the club, etc., I know it might be 5th place this year. I get that nuance, but you take my point. It's Champions League or FA Cup. They're both important, and I think given this season, I think there's extra importance this season to try and do well in the cup competitions. But as I said, I think strong with a blend.
Yeah, I agree. I actually got the impression against Barnsley, he was very much, I don't want to say trying to save his job with his team selection, but he didn't play. I don't think Naoni played in that game, did he? Unless I'm mistaken there.
No.
Obviously, we went Sobersline midfield. We had the likes of Ekatike Verts coming on and ultimately putting the game to bed. They probably shouldn't have done that in a league against a League One team. You look at Arsenal playing a League One team, and I think Wigan were even lower than Barnsley are. And they played some of the young kids, and they got the chance to do that. I think Arne Slot is prioritising maybe his own career first at times, and I think he has done this season personally. Maybe that's a direction from the hierarchies. Listen, you've got to win something or you're out, or you've got to get so far, you've got to get to X round. Maybe there's something that I don't know. I agree with you, Ben. I think we've got to go somewhat strong with the eye on playing Engamo, giving him more exposure to these competitions. I don't know how.
That's the one. I would definitely be bringing him into the team.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because my reaction, as I'm sure all of our reactions would have been, and I like Gakpo, it's why has Engamo not played there in their FA Cup? But ultimately, we've won 3-0. So I find it very hard to waste my breath talking about it. Ideal word he plays, but he didn't play, and so what? So, yeah, it's a good draw, really good draw. We played really well against Brighton. We are 15 minutes in, so I think it's a good time to start the little feature we've got going on here. Guys, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. So the premise is, and by the way, this is going to be clipped up into a YouTube vid. So hello on YouTube, welcome. I might actually do a proper intro. Let's do a proper intro. I'll re-intro it. If you're watching live, this could all go wrong.
Awkward.
Yeah. Just double checking everyone can hear us, and just in the chat, just let us know is the audio, the levels all right, because I can change who's loud and who isn't. Just give us a yes or a no.
Anything I don't like how I'm lower than both of you as well.
Yeah,
you are really high on the screen. Yeah,
just can you like zoom? You can't even zoom in, can you?
I'll
really?
move myself a bit close. This tripod is shoddy. This might fall.
Audio's good. Cool. Cheers, James.
All right. Is that better?
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, it's all good. Right. Have you got Engamo on your list now as well?
No, but I'll figure it out.
No, stick him in. No, come on, because we need to do it in line. Or it's going to be all skewed. I'm making graphics for all this. Just stick him in.
What, live?
Yeah, just put him in now. Just go on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's going to be low anyways, and he's not going to be too high.
Right, let's do this. Everyone says the audio's good.
Let's go.
Hello, welcome back to the George Scaife LFC channel, and today we've got a big video. We are ranking every Liverpool player, by every I mean most, and I'll tell you why in a minute, every Liverpool player from 1 to 21, that's how many players we're doing today, in terms of their impact, their performance this season alone. I've kind of taken it in very much a pound-for-pound route angle in. I don't know if the lads have done the same. I'm joined by Liam and Ben. I've linked both of them down below. I welcome you to the stream and I welcome you to the video because this will be posted as a long form vid. So please do leave a like and subscribe. Show some support on the stream. More importantly, get involved in the comments. I want to hear your 1 to 21 if you've got the time. You probably don't, however. Liam, are you nervous?
I am nervous because for those who are watching the YouTube video, I've only done 20 players. I forgot Rio Ngamoa. Not I forgot he existed. I thought we were just leaving him out, but
put him in.
Put him in now. It's 21 to 1, and he's gonna be in there somewhere. You've
teamed me up nicely for the actual requirements here. I've made the what's the word? The objective decision to cut out. I believe it's like 300 minutes and less, or something like that. 200 minutes and less. So there's no who are the players are missing? Ramsey's not in here. Naoni's not in here, and that's kind of it. They're the only two that aren't really in this because not Leone as well. Good shout, yeah. There's not really too much game time to formulate a strong opinion on them. Ben, are you nervous? Excited?
Mate, mine's a mess. I think I've got the bottom couple I'm comfortable with, the top two I'm comfortable with, and everything between that was a roulette wheel. So we'll see how.
Right, let's do this. Here we go. Number 21. Now, I've very much gone pound for pound here, so you've got to understand why I've put this guy last. I do not think he's our 21st best footballer at all, and I'm sure if he wasn't injured, I'm sure if he didn't struggle to get into it, I'd have him way higher. I've gone for a big bombshell, guys, and I've put Isak in 21.
Mate, it's not bad. I'm glad you've said it because Isak is last on my list as well.
Okay, nice.
I'm glad you said it.
Ben, hit me with your 21. I now can't hear Ben. Oh my god.
His audio's gone. His audio's absolutely gone. What's happened there?
Don't worry, I'll cut this out. Ben,
Endo.
come back. He's there. Endo.
Endo.
Yeah.
He's back.
Okay, so you've got Endo in 21. I mean, I've got Endo in 20. So we could talk about Endo. Liam, have you got Endo in 20?
I've got Endo in 20 as well. This is going quite well. This is a great start.
So we'll talk about Isak first because I found it very hard to put him higher based on expectation, based on him coming in for that amount of money, not hitting the ground well is one thing. Hitting the ground was one thing. Another thing, going down injured and taking a large portion of his season out. I think pound for pound, he is the answer for bottom here. I mean, Liam, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's because of the expectation, isn't it? Like when we knew he was going to take a while to get up to speed with him missing all that Newcastle training alone. I don't think he ever really got up to full speed either. The best he looked was probably that last action before his leg break against Spurs. But yeah, in terms of the expectation, price around the transfer, he kind of has to be last.
I agree. Ben, you've gone for Endo last. Why?
Lack of exposure. It's harsh on the lad. I felt awful doing this, by the way, but I just don't think he's really had much impact other than the game at the end where he's got injured. He did well right back in the game that he played. Other than that, he's barely played. He's come on the bench for off the bench 2 or 3 minutes. I've judged it a little bit differently to YouTube by the sounds of it. I've gone on impact of the season rather than probably a little bit less of a pound for pound approach because I understand your point on Isak when you're the record transfer in the Premier League versus Endo, well, from that perspective, I understand your point. But in terms of who's had a greater impact on this season, I think Isak's had more impact on the season than Endo has.
Okay, I think that's fair enough. I mean, I've got Endo in 20th, so I've not got him miles apart at all. I think, yeah, again, lack of exposure means you can't put him too high in this. I mean, Liam, I'm sure you'd agree. He's done a decent job when asked of. He kind of came on during a game at one point, did really well. Saw that game out, was at centre back or right back. I'm not too sure.
Centre back against Bournemouth, he came
Bournemouth.
on.
Yeah, I think it's about as. I didn't expect him to play at all. It's about as good as he could have given, I reckon. But it does feel harsh to put someone 20th, but someone has to go 20th. So,
yeah,
19th, right? I really like this player. I again struggled in terms of his lack of exposure to the team. He's not featured as heavily as a Gakpo or a Salah, who I'm sure will come later. But he is a winger. He is a forward. I've gone for Chiesa in 19. Yeah, maybe that's quite low. Liam, who have you got in 19?
In 19, I'm trying to figure out where Ngamo goes. He's definitely in either 17, 18 or 19. I'm going to go, again, this is probably low as well. I'm going to go Mamardashvili in 19th.
Okay. Now, I probably understand why you've put him there. Why have you put him there?
Yeah, it's just sort of, he came in, look, it's good that, when we lost Kelleher, we know Alisson gets a lot of injuries, gets injured again this season. It's good to have someone of Mamardashvili's quality to come in. I don't think he came in and, I didn't expect him to elevate the team that when Alisson was out the side, but he just sort of did a job. I can't really remember too many performances where I came away really impressed. I know he was good against Villa. I thought he probably should have to be a bit critical of him, he should have saved that Mbeumo goal against United. On the ball, a bit shoddy as well, but a lot of that was because I feel like the players kept passing it to his right foot. I don't know if they even know he's left-footed. But yeah, I just haven't seen too much of him just yet.
That's fair enough. I mean, backup goalkeeper, he's got to go probably lower than higher. Ben, who have you got in 19?
That's where I've got Rio Ngamoa. Purely on lack of exposure again. I actually think he's done well when he's played. He's just not... And he's had a massive moment at the start of the season, of course, which is in everyone's memory. If he'd have played more, he'd been way up the list. But yeah, he's barely played really.
Okay, I've got Ngamoa a bit higher, in fact, on this. Again, I've gone very much pound for pound here. Chiesa. I actually think Chiesa's perhaps been a bit, maybe not overrated, but I think a lot of people, I think myself included, definitely at one point were like, he's got to play more football. He's definitely got to play. Then he actually does start playing, and you're like, is he offering too much? Perhaps not. Is that his fault though? Perhaps not, because he's not played too much football. It's very hard to get into a rhythm as a forward as well. He's playing off the right, he's playing up front, he's playing behind the striker at times. I do have a lot of sympathy for him. Everyone around him's changing. He's coming on with 10 minutes to go with 1 goal down. It's like, I feel for the guy. He's obviously, he knows what he is in the team. He knows he's a squad player, but even he'll probably want to feature a bit more than he is, with Salah playing for a full 90, etc. So I've gone for Chiesa in 9. 18, I mean, I've got Mamardashvili in 18. I think I've copped out, really. The sole purpose being he's a backup goalkeeper and he's got to go somewhere. Find it very hard to put a backup goalkeeper any higher than a player who plays every minute for us, even though they maybe haven't done too well. So I've got Mamardashvili in 18. Ben, I'll come to you. Who have you got in 18?
So this is where I've got Isak. So we seem to all be talking about the same players, just in slightly different orders.
Yeah.
But we're in the same ballpark here. But yeah, Isak.
Okay, fair enough. Liam?
I'm going to go Ngamoa.
Okay. I've got him a bit higher, I'm still going with Ngamoa on my list.
Look, he hasn't had too many opportunities. Similar to Chiesa, he hasn't had too many opportunities from the start. I won't get onto Chiesa just yet because, like I said, I haven't named him yet. But I did mention this to you yesterday, George. It's difficult with Chiesa because, and it's the same thing with Ngamoa. It's like, where do you weigh? They haven't played too much from the start, but where do you weigh these moments that they've had? Like Ngamoa's goal against Newcastle, for example. He's came on and played well in the cup matches too. Well, not came on. He started in their matches. Came on when Slots. He doesn't really come on when we're winning games, does he? He only comes on when we're about 3-1 down against a low block. There's about 8 attackers on the pitch. He doesn't get much of an opportunity. But it's about where do you weigh those moments that he has above someone maybe who hasn't had a moment but has had more consistent minutes and more consistent performances than him.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I actually think Ngamoa is probably the hardest one to do. I think he's played the least minutes, I would assume, on this list, or certainly with Endo toward the bottom. So it is very hard. He's getting scraps. I'll come on to Ngamo. Maybe we'll touch on him a bit more later on, because I've got him a bit higher, to be fair. What we on now? We on 18 or 17? 17. Guys, I struggle with this. I could not separate these two. I've gone for a forward. I've gone for a wide player. I'm still debating which way these should go round. I'm still debating which way these should go round.
Who's coming out here? This is.
I do believe this. I've gone for Cody Gakpo.
That is a big one early.
Now I love Gakpo, and I found it very hard to put him here. In terms of ability, I think he's definitely higher. I easily have him at least 4 or 5 places higher. But what he's done this season, I think he's played too much football, to be fair. And I really like him, and I see the value in having him in the squad and having him around. People saying sell him, I disagree. But he has to come off sooner. And that is because he's not taking his chance when he's been given it. I think he's too one-dimensional. He's too obvious. I think he's too predictable. He's the goal to his game as well, like that cut and shoot. It's all well and good doing it, but it's like it's not really getting anything from it, right? So it's through gritted teeth. But I've got Gakpo in this position, yeah.
Wow.
Ben, Liam, anyone else? Anyone want to put Gakpo in now, or have you got him later on?
No, not at all. I know.
I don't want to ruin my order, mate, but yeah, you'll find out in a second. But I'm a Mamardashvili on this one, so I think similar reasonings to what you said, just a place away.
Yeah, fair enough. 17th, I've got Chiesa. So again, I think it's going to be a lot of the same, and maybe it's that period between like 13 and 6 where I really struggled, and it might be a bit jumbled up for a lot of us. I struggle to separate the sort of performances, but yeah, I think that's like Ben said at the start, the top 5 and around the bottom 5, I think we're going to pretty much have the same.
Yeah, I do agree. That middle section is shocking to look at. I mean, you could have that anyway, honestly. I think my thing with Gakpo is, again, I think he's played too much football, but it's the frustration. I think he's been the most frustrating player to watch this year. And when you really like a player, it's even more frustrating because you know what he can do. You saw bits against Newcastle. It's like, why can't he do that? He picked the ball up against Newcastle. Yeah, back to their goal on the halfway line. Near the camera, turned and he's off. He's like, do that again, seriously. He's not done enough. I've got Gakpo below the likes of Salah, below the likes of McAllister. I think a lot of people will say, in terms of first teamers, are probably some of our weaker players this year. So I'll start next with, we're on 16?
16.
Yeah,
16. I've actually gone for Mo Salah in 16.
Wow, yeah. This is controversial. So you've got, you've got Ngamo above Salah and Gakpo?
I've gone pound for pound, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Well, come on to Ngamo. I've got Salah next. I think Salah's done all right since coming back from AFCON, but I don't think he's done particularly well before that at all. He's had some feature games this year, but you'll look at that previous game, that Brighton game, going, is that his best performance of the season? We touched on it before in the live stream, and it wasn't that amazing. It was really good in that game. He created the penalty from himself, dispatched it really well. Really nice pass to Szoboszlai. Salah's got so many more levels than that. I'm sorry, he just does. And this season, he's definitely underperformed. I think the numbers will back that up. The performances, the eye test will back that up. I think he's been one of our weakest first-team players. And when he went to AFCON, listen, I love him. He's a club legend. But I wasn't going, I can't wait for Salah to come back. I think he's going to change the team. I don't think he was going to. I don't think he did, really. 16, let me know your thoughts. Ben, we'll come to Ben first.
That's where I've got Cody Gakpo, mate. So I was only one behind you on that, to be honest with you. But no, points on Gakpo. I think people go a bit too far on Gakpo, if I'm honest. I don't think
definitely,
he's as bad as everyone's making out.
Some people put him like 17th in lists of like worst players.
I was about to make that joke, but I didn't want to cut him off.
No, but I think that, he's getting a lot of criticism, and I think it's affected him. If I'm honest, I obviously don't know the bloke, but I think it's affected him. And in terms of, George, your point of him being one-dimensional, cutting in and shooting, there is truth to that. I think he has to learn to go the other way. Would it be controversial if I suggested, in terms of the frontline players, maybe discounting Isak because he's been injured most of the season, not played, is he Liverpool's best striker of the ball? If someone's going to strike the ball from the edge of the box in terms of frontline players, not Szoboszlai, I'm talking about the front forwards.
Yeah.
Gakpo does strike the ball well.
Yeah, definitely.
He does.
Yeah. Okay. So we've both had Gakpo. Liam, you've got Gakpo to come. Who have you got in, what are we on, 16?
Yeah, I've got Gakpo and Salah to come, mate, and they're not actually coming anytime soon, which I'm quite concerned about.
What's
But,
happening?
I just think a lot of our performances this season in terms of players have been poor. Like I said, I struggle to sort of differentiate them. But 16th, I've got Andy Robertson.
Okay. I've got Robertson a lot higher, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's no fault of him. It's just another sort of minute issue. I think in every game that he's played this season, he's come in and done a job. Villa at home. Who was the other one? Madrid. I think that those two that he came into the side, because Kirkes was a bit erratic in, the first third at the start of the season on the ball. He would just sort of hoof it and stuff. Van Dijk would give him a look about 6 different times in a game. Robertson came in and gave us that stability on the ball, comfortability on the ball in the first third. Obviously, we know what we're getting from him: leadership, defensive ability. But yeah, it's just sort of a lack of minutes issue. And when he's come in, he's done well. But yeah, I've got him 16th.
Okay, I think I've got a bit of time to come. I don't know about you, Ben. Let's go to 15. I'm sick of starting here because I'm getting ridiculed. Right, Liam, you can start 15. Who have you got?
It's another minute issue. I've got Joe Gomez.
Okay, my list is so different to yours.
Yeah, well, that's sort of the way I've done it, and that's why Salah and Gakpo are so high. It's just sort of, you know what? Availability is the best form of ability. You get put up a couple points for that. But yeah, Gomez just gets injured again, doesn't he, for the majority of the season? I think he comes back just in time a lot of the time, though. When we're in a complete injury crisis, Gomez always seems to be back. But then when we've got options, Gomez goes on holiday or whatever. But yeah, he's had that sort of spell where we were losing and he came in at right back against West Ham. I think he played there against Inter as well. I thought he did really well in those games. Again, like Robertson, provided some stability. His centre-back performance against Marseille as well. I think that's why I've just got him ahead of Robertson. I thought he was really good against Marseille. And maybe that's a bit of recency bias as well, because that's fresher in my head than the Madrid and Villa games for Robertson. But yeah, Gomez in 15th, mate. Who have you got?
Nice. Well, quickly, James says, that's a shocker, Liam. Rubber's been very good in my opinion. Thanks for the £2, mate. And it was definitely worth it, because I don't think he's saying that, to be fair. Someone's got to go there, and he has probably been one of our most, again, our least exposed players to the pitch. So I see why you put him there. Ben, who have you got down in, what are we on? I've not written the numbers. I really should have. 15 are we on?
Yeah, 15. I've gone a lot higher than you two on this player, Chiesa. I don't think he's been a world beater by any means, but I think there was a point in the season where he's playing well and did deserve to start. In terms of the points now around him not starting and not, I think Arne Slot's probably going to point at it and say this is why he doesn't start. He hasn't done enough, and I get that. He probably didn't do enough against Brighton, and in the times he has had opportunities, but it's tough to not start a game for 2 months and then go in and play, as you said, George, striker, right wing, left wing, then not play for 2 months. It's tough. December was the time where he was coming off the bench, regularly having an impact. Mo Salah was away at AFCON. He could have had a 6-week, run of it. Could he stay fit? Could he get a bit of momentum? It didn't happen. Given the short game time he has had when he has played off the bench, I think he's done well and had an impact. So that's why he's 15th.
Okay, fair enough. I think they're very valid reasons, in my opinion. Next, another big name here for me. Well, 15 still, sorry, I've not been ever. No one said this name yet. So again, I think I've gone a bit early compared to some. I've gone for Virgil, but no, I've not.
I was about to walk out the room. Oh my goodness.
I'm just double checking I've got this right. Hold on. Yeah, right. I've got a big name now. I've gone for Alexis McAllister. Next. In my opinion, he's had maybe the biggest... Is that fair? The biggest drop-off from the season before? I think maybe. I think he was our best midfield player last year. I think he was one of the best midfield players in the entire league last year. This year, he's been nowhere near that, to the point where Curtis Jones came in and almost overthrew him from the team, really. Well, he did overthrow him at one point. I think McAllister looks like he lacks a bit of energy. He looks like he lacks a bit of sharpness. And the manager likes him. He's played a lot of football recently. And in fairness, the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's had some decent games. And I thought in the previous game against Brighton, he had a good one. But other than that, over the season, I've got him in 15. We'll go on to 14 now. Liam, who have you got in 14?
I've got Alexis McAllister, so I'm happy. We're on the same track in a lot of them, but except the wingers.
Yeah.
Similar points to you said. Similar points to what I said at the start of the stream. Obviously, people watching the YouTube won't know this. Go check out the stream. Then you're solid there, George.
Thank you.
Yeah. Since the turn of the year, performances have really improved. Like you said, the drop off from, well, he didn't even play at the back end of last season, did he? Because of that sort of injury he had. I think we spoke about this in the last live. I don't even know what injury it was. It prevented him from really getting a full pre-season, stopped him playing in the start of the season, and it feels like we almost tried everything with him at the start of the season. You know, we tried giving him a run of games, that didn't really work. Tried taking him out the side for Jones, like you say, that didn't really work. It's only started to sort of click now. Maybe it's because he's starting to prepare for the World Cup with Argentina. Who knows? He seems to always turn up for them. But yeah, McAllister in 14th.
Okay, Ben, do you agree? Is McAllister coming anytime soon? Who have you got in 14?
You know, mate, on McAllister, no, he's not coming just yet. I actually scribbled him out on number 15, but he's somehow leapfrogged up my list. I don't know how that's happened, but no, I've got Connor Bradley at number 14, and I don't think that's because he's been bad by any means, but availability is the best ability, Liam said, and he's had more than one case of being injured now, and yeah, his sparring partner's probably got the better of him on that position. I will say that. So, Connor Bradley.
I've not got him far off Bradley, so we'll speak about him in a second, I'm sure. Okay, I think we are very similar at the kind of, we're a third of the way through-ish. I think the main standouts are, I've had Gakpo and Salah. Ben's had Salah as Gakpo as well. And other than that, we've had the same kind of names. I think the one that's not been mentioned from me is Engamoa. I'm going to mention him now. Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned him now?
So Engamoa's my 13.
Okay.
So again, I've gone very much pound for pound. And I just think from the game, from the minutes he's had, I don't know what more he could have done. Really? Really? He felt like goal went in the other day. I think you're all going, I think maybe put him up a few places there, but is that recency? I don't know. I think he's had a good season. He's been starved of minutes. His impacts against Newcastle, that gives him at least 13th already. Yeah, I think he's done well for what he's been given this year. So 13.
I don't disagree with that in terms of your reasoning, but to exaggerate a point to make a point, if you played 2 minutes in a season, come on, for two times, a minute in each game and scored twice.
First.
Well, yeah, based on your reasoning first, but in another reason, 21st. 13th, I've got Frimpong. So Frimpong just nipping Connor Bradley. I think of the two right backs, you might have him higher up the list, that's fine, but of the two, he's been the better of the two for me. I think he's had more impact in that second spell when he got fit.
That's fair enough. I've got him a bit higher slightly. Liam, what have you got 13?
Right, again, it's working out quite well. 13, I've got Connor Bradley. It's the way I've done it. I've sort of mentioned it already, but it is a minutes thing. It's the same with that Robertson pick. James said it was a bad shout. Still annoyed at that one. But yeah, it's just the minutes thing for me, and it's the same with Engamoa. And I can see why you've got him high, because when he does play, he does well. But it's the same with Bradley. I sort of couldn't, trying to think about it, I couldn't like pinpoint a performance in my head, negative or positive. I just couldn't really think of a Conor. Real Madrid. The only Real Madrid I think of is that one where he snapped Mbappe a couple years ago. But yeah, I don't think he was particularly good or bad. He played in that sort of period where we were losing loads of games. I don't think that correlates at all, but it's difficult to judge him. And then obviously we haven't seen him in a while, have we?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've not got him far off. I think the middle section, I'm looking at my list now, is very much fullbacks. Like, it's just a bunch of fullbacks really in here. But I would say that Real Madrid game it was really good for me this season. That was a standout game. So I've actually got Bradley next. What was it? We're in 12? We're in 12?
Yeah. Well, if you're moving on to the next number, it's 12, yeah.
Cool. I think we've overlapped again. I echo all your points. I think that highlight was the Madrid game. Again, injuries. Does that count? Like, does that take you down the list if you're getting injured? Does that take you down the list because you're not available? Like with Gomez, that's slightly because it's not for me. I've got Gomez probably quite high. We'll come on to him in a minute.
Oh, you haven't
Bradley
even
next.
him,
Yeah, Bradley next.
I've got number 12. I've got Kanate. Maybe I've gone way earlier than you two on this, but I'll tell you why. He's been excellent the last month, 3 weeks, and there have been periods of the season, maybe 3 or 4 games in the first half of the season, 3 or 4 performances that were really good. There's also been a lot of poor performances, and if we're looking over the score of the season so far, it's probably not far off 50-50 between disastrous and excellent. And there seems to be like no middle ground with Kanate. He's either amazing or poor. Therefore, if your ratio as a Premier League winning centre-back is 50-50, that's not enough. That's why he's so low on my list. I say so low, he's right in the middle. He's number 12. He's played pretty much every minute, but not done enough for me over the season.
Okay, interesting. We'll come on to Konate in a bit. I'm sure we've both not said him yet, myself and Liam. I just want to give a quick mention to Elmir with the $5.99, mate. Thank you very much for that. Very generous. I've only just discovered this channel recently. Keep up the good work from Ireland. You never walk alone. Bradley was class versus Real Madrid this year. Remember the Vinny memes? I do. Yeah, great game. And thank you very much for the donation, mate. And the kind words. Thank you, Elmir. Liam, hit me.
Number 12.
Yeah.
It's my good friend, Cody Gakpo.
I had him, 17?
Yeah, I don't. But again, it's not too. I know it's 5 positions apart, but it's not. I could definitely be persuaded apart from the top 5. You could probably persuade me from anywhere between 7 and 15 to sort of jumble this around. Yeah, Gakpo, he has been poor this season. There's no denying that. I am probably one of his bigger fans. I get a lot of stick for that on social media. You probably get the same, George. But he started the season well. He did start the season well, but people didn't agree with that even at the start of the season. They were calling him out for his poor performances. And if those were the poor performances, then obviously you can tell why they're not happy right now, because there's no denying that he has been poor. I think he is really struggling. Like Ben said earlier, I think it is a sort of confidence issue. I think he definitely sees, because everyone gets onto him for absolutely no reason, like those Gakpo graphs of Gakpo plays, Gakpo doesn't play results and things like that. You think about, even when we win games, like you say, we won 3-0, and you alluded to people getting on to Gakpo, even though he should have got that assist to Ngmoa. I'm not just talking about the Brighton game either. Like, I think he has been poor this season, but has he been? He's been better than Conor Bradley. I feel like he just has, in my opinion. He's had bad games. He's had good games. He's not had really good games. I think one thing with Gakpo, like you said, what he had last season was the goals. I think he's a lot better at finishing attacks than sort of picking up the ball, even though you mentioned the Newcastle thing of him picking up the ball on the halfway line, driving with the ball. I did like that. And he did do that against Brighton as well when the game sort of started to open up. But yeah, I don't think he's particularly good. I've lost my train of thought now. What was I even saying at the start? I've rambled on about Cody Gakpo. I'm so passionate about Cody Gakpo. I love him to bits, but he's in number 12 for me.
Okay. I mean, that's the one for me that stands out as perhaps too high, and I like him.
Yeah.
I just don't think Gakpo... I think Gakpo's had too many 5 out of 10s this year. I don't think, like you said about Bradley, I don't think Bradley has. I don't think the likes of Ngamo, Gomez, and I've got to have them all higher, personally. Are we all done 12? We've all had 12, yeah?
We have.
Right, on to 11. And I have got Joe Gomez next. Again, pound for pound, I've gone for here. Missed a lot of games. But when he has played, I could think of maybe one bad performance, perhaps 2, but really good, really solid. I think his best games have come as a right back, I'd say, overall, on the whole. And it was it Brighton at home when he got injured? Was it that game?
Yeah.
And you're like, you can't. Yeah, you couldn't believe it. He had a good start to that game as well. So unlucky with injuries, very similar to Bradley. I had to put him very similar for that reason. But I've gone for Gomez in 11. Liam, we'll go to Liam now. Thoughts? Who've you got in 11?
I've got Alisson in 11. Sort
of low. Perhaps a bit low.
Do you think? Do you have him a lot higher?
Perhaps, yeah. Maybe.
I think I've sort of done it to his usual standards, maybe. He's definitely been not as good. Not that Alisson that we all know. Yeah, I don't know. The availability thing, he obviously gets that injury all the time. I think a lot of goals that we have conceded, he maybe could have done a bit better with. His shot stopping is obviously still really good. I think one thing that doesn't get talked about him enough is the way he parries balls and the way he claims balls. Really good, but I'm not sure he's been that good this season. And he started, I don't know for how long this has been going on. It feels like I've been noticing it the last couple of weeks. He's had that thing where that complacency on the ball has started to creep into his game again. He's letting the defender press him and sort of making mistakes. I don't know. Maybe it is low. But again, like I say, you can make a case for Alisson being 7 or something, and I'd probably listen to you, mate.
Well, listen to me later on, I say now. Ben, thoughts on number, what were we on, 12, 11, whatever one?
11, yeah. McAllister. That's where I've gone for McAllister. I think...
Okay.
By the way, I don't think McAllister's been great this season. I think he's been poor by his standards. I similar points to Kanate. I think probably half the season's been poor. But then there's games where he's played well, especially in bigger games. I noticed in bigger games he seems to play better. And I would, if there's a correlation on this, I'm not sure. But I feel like when McAllister plays well, Liverpool do. And there's been times in those bigger games where he's had a good game and Liverpool go and win. And you reference Real Madrid, for example. That's just one of a few. So similar points to Kanate, but that's why they're in the same sort of league. But he has had an impact in some games, so that's why he's number 11.
Interesting. I had him a bit low. I think he was the one I was going perhaps a bit big on McAllister. Even we played. Who did we play 2 weeks ago? After Man City.
Sunderland.
Yeah. People are raving about him in that game. I just didn't really see it, to be fair. I think I gave him like a 5. People are giving him a 7. I think it's one of them where you can just naturally bypass his game because maybe he does the simple things really well and you don't notice it. Perhaps. Maybe that's it. Okay, I just want to quickly shout out James Gallagher with another 2. Thank you very much. And Liam, I wouldn't listen to this. Love Gakpo, but Jesus, Liam, he's way too high in my opinion. I think I agree.
Like I said, I've said it so many times, you can make a case for this whole... Everyone has been poor this season. There's probably been about 6 players where we'll go, you know what, they've had a good season. The rest is just average to poor. Yeah, next. Okay, next. We're number 10, guys. Top 10? Top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's 10. Yeah, I've got 11 left here. Oh my god, guys. Who have you missed out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've definitely got 11 left. I must have missed one somewhere down the line. I'm trying to think who you might have missed. No, I've got too many, if anything. I'm on 11.
I'm on number 10.
I'm on number 10. That's what I mean. So you haven't said... Have you said Chiesa?
Yeah. I've got 21 definitely on here.
Interesting.
Well, I've got 11. You've both got 10. So have I just not gone on one of the rounds?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You must have... That's what I mean. Who haven't you mentioned? Did you mention Chiesa?
Yeah. I'll do my 11 now because I've got Robertson in 11.
Oh, no, I think that's it then.
Sounds about right.
Just needed to say that one.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Robertson, again, I think he did well when he was playing, to be fair. And I was going to move Frimpong below. I think he did well when he's played. There's a reason he came in because Kirkus wasn't doing too well, didn't start too well. But I have got Kirkus higher than him on the list, so I think that shows how good he's been since he's come in. But Robertson's been very steady. That's why I've got him so high. I think you can't point out one game where he's really struggled. I thought he's put a good account of himself forward. He came in the cup game, did well. Obviously brings that seniority, which I think is really useful in the time we're in now, where we can't seem to put 2 wins back to back, and we've got quite a young and new squad. So it's nice to have him around. I'll put him 11. Yeah, in 10. I'll just carry on. I've got Frimpong. I mentioned him before. On reflection, I think this may be too high when I'm looking at my list again. Maybe because of the lack of game time. But again, when he has played, I think he's done really well. Really well. I think actually his best games maybe come as a right winger, but at times during AFCON when Salah was there. He had a good game against Atletico Madrid. I thought he played well there. I think defensively he's looked really good. A lot of people saying he's a winger and that is his position. I know he filled in there. But defensively 1v1, he's done all right this year for me. Obviously that pace is frightening. That stands off the page as an attribute. I think Frimpong's done well. I'd maybe move him one down, but yeah. Liam, let me know your thoughts. Who have you got in 10?
I'm still yet to say Frimpong. This is a controversial list for me.
Wow, Frimpong high, okay.
I've got Frimpong high, which it kind of... this isn't even the Frimpong one, but that kind of contradicts the whole availability thing that I've been banging on about. But anyways, in 10, I've got Salah. And it's another one where it's like, I don't think Salah's been good this year. I'm not going to come out and say Salah's had a good season, but I don't think 10 Liverpool players have had a good season. Yeah. So I don't think he's been, terrible. Definitely a drop-off to his usual standards, like the Alisson thing I said. Similar to the Gakpo thing as well, where I thought he started the season quite well, but he's now got better, contrary to Gakpo. But that mid part of the season, I think his defensive work as well. I was struggling with Salah because it was like, I'm not going to pin the losses on him. I feel like Slot sort of tried to do that at times with the whole, dropping him out the side and stuff. But yeah, the lack of defensive work was definitely one of the many reasons that we lost to the likes of Forest, PSV, getting really poor results against them. But yeah, I think And it might be recency again, having Salah so high because, you know, he had a good game last game. Maybe it is a bit of recency bias, but yeah, I've got him in number 10.
Okay, Ben.
Round number.
I've got Salah in number 10. I was wondering
right.
whether I'd put him a little bit too high, but I think like you take him against Frimpong. Frimpong's 13 for me. I feel like Frimpong's had a better pound for pound impact, but it's just that Salah's played more over the course of the season. And sometimes when we do reflect, like, is it just he's set such high standards? If you measured him against any other winger, you know, sometimes it is a little bit of that. But I think on the eye test he hasn't been as good. But in terms of efficiency, you know, he's been okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear your points, but I think that's probably the biggest difference in our list so far, that I've got him in, 16 here.
Yeah.
Either that or Gakpo, one of the two. Yeah, whatever. Opinions, guys, I guess.
I'm glad Ben went with Salah at 10 as well. We can both get some stick together.
Well, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one. I'm the outlier here between us three. In 9, I've gone for... No one's mentioned him yet, I don't think. Milos Kerkez in 9. Now, again, I think it's a tale of two seasons, really, or definitely a month and the rest, because this month he's been fantastic, and last month he was maybe our player of the month. I think you could definitely make that argument. He had some great games. The Champions League, a couple in there. Burnley was all right. We played pretty terrible. But Arsenal as well, second half, played really well. He's come on. This is the Kerkez we know and we signed. He started really bad, though. Like, you've got to put that... The same with my next pick, also begins with K. Started really poor, got into the season. I think you've got to put them here for that reason and no higher. Ben, shout on number 9. What are your thoughts?
Robertson. I think when Robertson's played, he's done really well. I can't think of a bad game he's had, really. When he's come in, he's had an impact. He should have played more. That's my only criticism of the manager. He should have played a lot more this season, particularly in the first half of the season when Kerkez was struggling. I think at that point, he should have been first choice for a sizable part.
I don't mind that. I like that. Liam?
Number 9, I've got Frimpong. Like you say, a lot of... And like I said, probably contradicting myself with the whole minutes thing. I just feel like when he has played, you know, when like someone like Robertson comes into the team, for example, I'm stuck on this Robertson point. James has rattled me here. But when Robertson has come into the team, for example, you know, I don't think he's had a massive... Oh, George is gone. I don't think he's had a massive impact in terms of, you know, raising the level. I think... Has George just completely gone? Ben, are we running this live stream by ourselves here? Ben, can you hear me? Or is it me gone? Is it me gone? What's going on here? What's happening?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, just carry on. I don't know what's happened. I think my mic's turned off.
Can you hear me? I can't hear
Yeah,
Ben.
yeah, we're still live. Don't worry.
Yeah, but can anyone hear me?
Mute yourself and then unmute yourself. That's what I did. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No,
I can hear you. I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, so it's a Ben problem.
Me then. I can't hear him. Go on, carry on anyway.
Where the bloody hell was I at? What was I even saying? Frimpong? Was it Frimpong?
Yeah, Frimpong,
when
yeah.
Robertson comes into the team, I don't think he particularly like sort of raised the levels. He didn't have a massive impact. Of course, he does offer a lot more comfortability on the ball and things like that compared to Kerkez, where he was really struggling. But then Frimpong, and maybe it's just because he's impacted the game in an attacking sense, right? I can't see George again. Maybe it's because he's impacted the game in sort of a more attacking sense. You know, I thought he was really good against Arsenal. Didn't quite have the end product against Arsenal, but he was one of the only ones sort of running the channels, stretching the opposition. Marseille away, really good. He got, I think his December was really good. He got an assist against Spurs, didn't he, for that Ekitike goal. Wolves too. The Wolves game, does he cut it back to Gravenberch, Barnsley? In those high positions, I think he offers us something really different as well. Something that not anyone in the team has. Engamoa has it, but his ability to sort of go 1v1 with this defender, get to the byline and get across into the box. I think he's been a breath of fresh air this season.
Yeah, I agree. Just trying to sort my camera out. Literally no idea what's going on.
Can Ben hear me at all?
I could hear you, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad someone can hear me.
The stream could hear you, don't worry.
Okay.
Ben, can you hear me? Ben's not replying.
Ben.
I can't hear anything. I don't know. Hang on.
Don't worry, I'll cut this out of the vid, don't worry.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
don't know why I can't get my camera. It's just turned off for no reason.
It's just me, eh? Who would have thought? Look how red I'm going.
I've no
It's
idea.
my own YouTube. I've taken over the George Gate YouTube channel. Why is it just me? I feel like I'm staring into your soul here. I can't even read comments or anything. I can't even read comments or anything, guys. What's going on here? Why have I just taken over the George Gate YouTube channel? James, I know you can't. I can't see what you're saying, James, but you've really rattled me with that Robertson comment. I'm just gonna sort of. Should I carry on with the stream here? I don't know what's going on. How do we get sort of people back in here? I think on the Robertson point earlier, like I was talking about, because I'm going to try and defend myself here. And you know what? I'm going to defend all my points. Robertson, Gakpo, and Salah. Should I carry on speaking here? Is anyone going to come back? Am I going to be live for hours on end on the George Gate YouTube channel? Is anyone still watching? Are we still live? So many questions. I've actually got a text message here. Not a chance.
Doing great. Keep going.
Am I back? Am I back now?
You're doing great. I think my camera just died. Don't worry. This is all. It's all fine.
Ben's left me. Anyways, I'm just gonna try and sort of defend my points. Gakpo, Salah, and Robertson. I don't think I've said it a lot of times already, but in terms of, I don't think you can pick apart from about 6 or 7 players. We haven't really had some good performances. Robertson had those against Villa and Madrid. I know I sort of contradicted myself with the whole Frimpong thing. Gakpo, I really like Gakpo. I lost my train of thought when I was speaking about him. I really like Gakpo, and he has definitely underperformed this season. But like I said, no Bradley performance stood out to me when I was making the list. Now that you do mention that, I do remember the job that he did on Vinicius Jr. He did lock him up there.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I'm still here. Don't worry, this will be cut out the YouTube video. Trying to work out what's going on. Ben says I'm still live, and I'm still in the live. Ben,
There you go. Hello.
Hey!
There we go. Yes, we're on.
Did I do all right there?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you did well.
I could hear you, mate. I could hear every word you were saying, but you couldn't hear me.
How did I do in the chat, guys? Has everybody left? George, how's the retention doing there?
There's still 73 people in it. It's going great.
You know what? That'll do me.
You'll have to just talk about something between you because I'm trying to sort this camera out. This won't be on the YouTube vid, don't worry.
How's your day been, Ben?
What's that, mate?
How's your day been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I've had 5-a-side just before I did this as well, so
Lovely.
yeah, it was good.
What position did you play? Centre back?
I played at the back to start. I went up front in the second half.
I'm more of a centre back man myself in Power League or in 5-a-side, whatever you call it. Bring that composure.
Yeah,
on
to
the
be fair,
ball,
it was actually 7-a-side tonight, but yeah, no, mate, done all right. I'm more of an attacking player, really, but I like to be at the back to get on the ball. So
yeah, especially in like 7-a-side and that. I like it when the game opens up. You can sort of drive out from the defence like a prime Joel Matip.
nice. Yeah, that's what I'm all about, mate. That is what I'm all about.
Well, I don't know where George has gone. We're now sort of speaking to his viewers. Guys, I'm gonna take the time out of our day to say, look, follow Ben on TikTok, follow me on TikTok. We're trying to grow our pages. The links are in the description. Mine is Liam on Football. Ben, yours is
Ben Eddy, LFC.
We make, I'd like to say, good Liverpool content. George?
Yeah,
Coming back at any point?
I'd say so, mate. Got to have some confidence, haven't you?
You do. You got to back yourself, don't you?
That's it, mate.
Well then.
Wonder if Big George can still hear us and just not see us.
Yeah, he's probably pissing himself here. Just like most people in the chat. There's been some real technical difficulties here, haven't there?
Yeah. Mate, these are the things that, these things happen.
Oh no, he was there for a second while you looked there. No, he's teasing us. He's teasing the viewers as soon as we reach the top 10. Who did you have in 10?
Salah.
Yeah, no, same. That's good, that.
Robertson, 9.
Do you think I've had many... Has everyone gone again? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's just me. Oh, no. Is this glitching out for you?
I'm taking the piss.
Right.
Hey, sorry, I just have a bit of fun there. I can't get the camera working.
I've lost my
I
head
don't know what to do.
completely, yeah.
No, I was just having a joke there. I can't get the camera working. I have no idea what to do. Like, it says battery exhausted and it's charging, but it's going slow. I'm gonna have to let it charge for 2 minutes, and then we'll get back into it if that's okay. But you're doing a great job.
Appreciate it, mate. Maybe I should start a YouTube channel.
Maybe
I'll start going on lives to rival the George Scaife live. Yeah. Do you think I've had any controversial ones, Ben?
Mate, I think I've had a controversial one, and you've all missed it because I don't think you've said him yet. But I got skipped on number 20.
Who did you say? Oh, who was your 20?
Gomez.
Oh, you got skipped. Why didn't you say anything? Yeah, Gomez.
Time had gone, mate. Time had gone. I think he's done well when he's played. He's barely played.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. It's the same with Endo. I feel like that's the same with Robertson. I had a look just to make sure I wasn't sort of getting it wrong. He's only had 5 starts in the league, and he has started more in the Champions League, hasn't he? And he has done well. I think he started against Real Madrid and Atletico as well, didn't he? Gets that goal, but yeah, maybe I should have had him higher, but I'm not sure. I think it's very similar in that sort of crop of players who have had very minimal minutes.
Yeah. Mate, to be honest though, other than maybe the bottom 4 or 5, I think we were all pretty unanimous just switching them around. And I'd imagine the top 3 or 4 probably be the same. But I 5th think to 16th could be anything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I really struggled. To be fair, I have Kirkes. Sorry to spoil this to the viewers, guys. I have Kirkes, Salah, Frimpong, and Konate all in this sort of like next crop, and I tweeted it out before the live because I wanted to see what other people were thinking. I really struggled to sort of differentiate them 4. The Frimpong above Salah one was a bit last minute, to be fair. And again, maybe I contradicted myself on that whole availability thing in the minutes, but I just feel like he's made a really good impact. You couldn't hear me when I was talking about Frimpong, could you? No, so I had Frimpong in 9, and I was saying he just brings something different to the team, doesn't he? The ability to go on the outside. Engamoa has that 1v1 ability, but obviously he doesn't play. In terms of players that actually play for us, George is gone again. Oh, he's back again. Hey! There he is. There we go. Who would have thought?
Can you believe it?
There we are. Perfect.
Can you
Yeah, speak again.
Yeah, hello, 1, 2.
Yeah, perfect. Are we back?
If you were still in the stream, I really do apologize. I apologize to you two, by the way, because we've probably got to run over it. But we'll run through the final 10. Quite sharpish, I guess. Not quite sure what you've been speaking about the last 5 minutes, but I assume good things.
Yeah, honestly, it's been great. We've had a great conversation.
So are we up to? I'm up to 8, I think. I've got 8 to go.
Yeah. Ben said he missed number 20 while you were gone. He didn't say Gomez in 20.
Oh, right.
But
fair enough.
He did already speak about it. I've said Frimpong in 9. Ben, have you said anyone in 9?
Yeah, 9 I had Robertson, so we've done that one. And number 8. Ready for number 8.
Cool. Number 8. Liam, do you want to start with number 8?
Yeah, I do. Number 8. I'm trying to think now. Have both of you said this player? I've got Konate in 8. One of you mentioned it about the sort. It was Ben, actually, wasn't it? That mentioned he's the sort of median because he's had such highs and such lows. But I think I weigh those highs and lows. Having those highs more than someone more than like Salah, for example, who's just had a sort of steady, not consistent season, but a sort of consistently average season. Whereas Konate at least had really good moments. I think his game against Sunderland, when was it, last Wednesday? He's been really good in the last 3 weeks, like Ben said. The way he's handled the unfortunate passing of his father, really, really commendable. He did have a poor start to the season. You know, I feel like even when he was having good games, he was sort of at like the crime scene, similar to how Quansah was a couple of years ago. City, Leeds, just to name a few. Forest, I don't think he had a particularly good game either. But yeah, Konate is in 8.
I agree. I've got him in 8 as well. Exactly the same. I honestly echo everything you've just said. It'd be pointless just repeating the same thing. I agree entirely. Ben, who have you got at 8?
Milos Kirkes. I think Kirkes has been the better of the 2 left backs just because of exposure. I think the last 2 months he's actually been really good.
Fair enough. Have we all got Kirkes now, Liam? Have you got Kirkes?
Kirkes is my 7. If you want to carry on.
You can segue. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Poor start to the season, but I think it was a sort of over-analysed poor start to the season. I think it wasn't really down to him. It was down to... Sorry, I'll try and be more concise here. I feel like we do...
No, carry on. No, don't worry.
Are you sure, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the start of the season, it weren't really down to him. 22 years old, moving from Bournemouth to Liverpool, big club. And we know his best qualities are in the final third. Sort of asking him to play in that first third, tucking in as a centre back, almost like Nuno Mendes does for PSG, for example, and then continue to sort of invert through the pitch. And I definitely think he's good at inverting in that final third, and he showed in the last couple of weeks as well that he actually can do that sort of tuck-in job too. And maybe it was just nerves at the beginning of the season. He was very erratic on the ball, wasn't he, at the start of the season? Even in the final third, he was quite erratic. His end product was poor, but he seemed to really improve over the last... I say 3 months, since that PSV game, I think. I feel like that was the sort of turning point for him.
Yeah.
He's just got gradually better, and he is getting better game by game.
Yeah. Ben, who have you got in 8? We're 8, Dan? 8?
7, I just moved on to.
7, yeah. Alisson, I don't know if I've put him a little bit high. I think there's been 1 or 2 mistakes potentially, or soft goals, maybe not mistakes. But I think his general consistency is very good. And maybe it's not been his best season ever, but he's still a very good goalkeeper. He's still one of the best in the league, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think he's been Liverpool's 7th best player. I'm pretty comfortable with that one. I think he's up there.
Yeah, I agree, because I've got him in 7 as well. I think we've all got the same 6 now, which is exciting. I think we've all got the same names here. I don't know the order. I think Alisson's been maybe perhaps under where we know he can get to, maybe under previous seasons. He's had a few mistakes, but overall, I mean, that Palace game screams to me that first half stands out. I think he's had a decent season. And again, a bad Alisson is still a good goalkeeper. Like that's just how it is. If he makes 1 mistake, he'll make 10 saves to make up for it. In 6, these are the top 6 now. And I think these are the top 6. And I'm glad we all agreed.
Yeah.
Because these definitely are the names here. Now, my number 6 is Ryan Gravenberch. Ben agrees, I assume, Ben?
Yeah, same player.
Liam?
I had Gravenberch 6 until about an hour before the stream, and I switched it around for 5th.
Bottled it.
Well, I wouldn't say bottled it. I think I've sort of shown... I don't know what the word is. A bit of bottle, because... Should I say my 6?
Go on.
I moved 4 inverts down. I've got Verts in 6th.
6?
I've got Verts in 6th, yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you have to elaborate. Do you know something? Do you want to come to Verts when we both have them? Because I assume me and Ben have them in a bit. We'll go with Gravenberch now. I think he's had a good season, perhaps a bit under the radar. In terms of just being a talking point, because McAllister's getting spoken about for maybe underachieving, Szoboszlai for perhaps overachieving and being our best player, Jones for having a really good season. I think Gravenberch's the one midfield player who's not been spoken about. Maybe as much as he should do. Maybe not as good as last season, but a really good one nonetheless. Ben, I assume you'd agree.
Yeah, I think similar points. So the only thing I would say is I think him as an individual he's been pretty good. I do wonder at times as to whether the role he's been asked to play this season has been beneficial to the team. I.e., what I mean by that is he scored 4 goals this season, getting forward, and that's great. He's capable of it, but I'm not sure I want him to do that if he's going to be in the double pivot, one of the holders. I think really the answer is he needs to play 1 further on, and I think we're all agreed on that.
Yeah, 100%. Next, I've not even got votes next, by the way. I've gone for Virgil van Dijk. 5 Virgil van Dijk for me.
Okay, I've gone for Curtis Jones. I think Curtis Jones has been really good this season, and it's probably, again, keep going back to game time. If he'd have played more, he's not in the best 11 that Slot picks every week. But do you know what? When he's played, I don't think he's had a bad game. Well, has he? Can't think of one. I think he's been really good. Probably 7 out of 10 minimum every time he's played. I think his energy is fantastic. Defensively, he's steady. On the ball, he is just so comfortable. I really like Chris. I don't know how there's so many people in my comments all the time slating me for putting him in my team when I pick the team. But I don't see it. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's really, really good.
Yeah, I do agree. I've got Jones a bit higher, in fact. Liam, 5?
5 is where I switched Ryan Gravenberch to.
I assume you'd agree with the points I made before on Gravenberch.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he does struggle physically off the ball, but he has sort of improved that, not even improved that side of his game going forward, because we know he was capable of it. He is just sort of, like Ben said, playing that different role. Gets the goals. He's got important goals this year, hasn't he? Opener against Newcastle, opener against Everton, or was that
Everton?
Yeah.
Both.
Wolves and Villa. Yeah, really important goals. I think I do like the sort of role that he plays. I think it was more of an understanding of the system of knowing when McAllister should drop and when Gravenberch should go. I think that's sort of been getting better over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, Gravenberch is in 5th for me.
Okay, so I had Van Dijk in there. Neither of you have said his name yet. I assume you'd have him maybe next.
No, don't say anything, honestly.
Have you not? Okay, so Van Dijk's had a good season, don't get me wrong. He's maybe, I think his biggest drop-off in, like, honestly, a couple of years was probably this season in terms of Bournemouth. That was a really poor game, and I think he knows that as well. And he's been the best of the centre-back too, probably throughout the whole season, and that's not really changed at all. I think he's led by example. Ultimately he's 5th. I'm not saying, I think just because you have him higher, it's like, I'm not saying he's bad. I've still got him 5th. He's been brilliant. Even again, like of Alisson, a bad Van Dijk's a fantastic centre back. So 5th, I think, is a fair rating and a reflection on his contributions. 4 now. I've gone. I'll go later. Ben, who have you got in 4?
I switched this, and you'll see who I've switched it with. But I've gone Florian Wirtz number 4. I think it's a tale of two halves. You know what I'm trying to say? Season of 2 halves. I think at the start he was getting unlucky. We can all agree on that. He's a good footballer. I still think, by the way, there's a good 20 or 30% more to come with him, in my opinion. Definitely. Even the levels he's at the moment, there's still times where he's under-hitting passes. He's taking too long on the ball. He doesn't. Do you know something that does frustrate me about him? He doesn't strike the ball with conviction a lot of the time, and that does frustrate me a bit because I've seen he can. But do you know, he has. I think overall he's had a decent season. Originally, I had him in 3rd, but then I thought, if half of it he was a little bit more underwhelming, it seems a bit high. But so number 4, Florian Wirtz.
Okay, I've gone for Curtis Jones in 4. I do believe this, honestly. I'm not just like, I think people look at that and go, what? He don't really do anything. I think Jones is maybe the most effective player. He's probably not the most effective player. I think Wirtz maybe is that, or maybe even Szoboszlai. But in terms of doing the simple things right, I think Jones is about the best at doing that. I think he came in at quite a turbulent time for us, and he steadied the ship. And to displace McAllister, who was for me midfielder of the season last year, he's done a very good job this year, Jones. And we did miss him when he dropped out the team. I think he offers intensity, like you were saying, Ben. I think he's been really good. So I've got him in 4. Liam, 4?
Yeah, I agree. I got Curtis Jones in 4. Basically the same things that you said. Came into the team when we were really struggling, sort of like Robertson did, added that comfortability on the ball. The reason I've got him above Wirtz, I haven't touched on Wirtz yet, but the reason I've got him above Wirtz is because I feel like when we were in that poor run of games, that poor period, he sort of, grabbed the game more than Wirtz did. I think that was really important. I think they've both been good, don't get me wrong. Wirtz probably struggled a bit at the start. I'll speak about him a bit more maybe later when you say yours. But yeah, I think even with Jones, at the start of the season when he was coming off the bench, he was good then as well. I thought he was adding intensity into our game. Maybe that was because McAllister lacked the intensity, the physical sort of prowess that he usually sort of had. But yeah, he was coming off the bench. He was really making an impact, and then he comes into the team and grabs the game, which I really liked.
Yeah, definitely. I think, we've all got the same top 6, so a lot of our points, I assume, overlap here. They're all positive as well, which is good. There's no negatives, obviously. In 3, I've got for Wirtz. I think he's been our 3rd best player. I think in the last 2 months, I think he's arguably been our best player, honestly. I had him player of the month in the month just gone. He's really come on. And like you're saying, but I think he has got levels to go. He's definitely not gear 6 yet. Nowhere near for me. His influence when he scores or plays well, we tend to win, I think, as well. His link up with Ekatike, who I've got higher up, is really great. That's blossoming into some partnership. And you look at a world level in terms of 2 players, they are definitely up there in terms of that dynamic that they've built already. I think Wirtz is 3, just ahead of Jones, maybe because he's played more near the goal. I think it's easier to favour them players who score, get assists. I've gone for Wirtz in 3. Liam, have you got in 3?
In 3, that's where I've got Van Dijk.
Okay. I assume similar thing to what I've said.
Yeah, and it's probably quite hard to separate the top six, like we say. But I think in a season where we've faced so many long balls, like Van Dijk, he might actually have the highest sort of aerial duel rate in the league.
Yeah.
I think that you definitely can't undermine that, and he is so good on the ball as well. He's really comfortable on the ball, composed, and in the season where we're so fragile, I think he, like you say, the Bournemouth game was definitely poor, but he's had some really good games as well, like Newcastle away, for example.
100%. That was actually. I'm glad you said that because I forgot to mention that. That was in terms of games this year, and I'm thinking for a video we do every player's best game as a video. We go through it, see if we agree.
Good idea, that.
I think for Van Dijk, that is definitely what I'm looking at. Ben, in 3 for you, who have you gone for?
Same shout, Van Dijk. Van Dijk, I think this season hasn't been at his best, but I do think he has been largely exposed with the defence around him being different right back every week. Konate's been off it for 50% of the season. Kirk has struggled to adapt at the start, etc. It's left him. It's a lot to do. Left him very isolated. I don't think he's had that many bad games. I'm not saying he's had that many 10 out of 10s, but he's been 7+ for the majority of the season, I would say.
Yeah, it's fair shout. Fair shout. Our top 5's nearly the same, kind of thereabouts. Top 2, though, we do agree. Do we agree on the order?
Yeah, of course we do. We all do. 100%.
Okay. Should we say number 2 on 3? 3, 2, 1, we'll say it.
Aye.
3, 2, 1, Ekatike.
Yeah.
No, Ekatike.
Yeah, definitely. I think actually in the last, maybe since January, I think you could argue Ekatike has been better than Szoboszlai. But I think a large part of that's down to Szoboszlai playing in every position on pitch and not playing in his best position, whereas Ekatike has been. The first 2 months, Szoboszlai was maybe 3 months, our player of the month, and every month he was doing leader things, and he's not the captain. He was having the same games in terms of the result. He was scoring the big winner, putting the cross in for. I think he put the cross in for Van Dijk against Atletico. I think he had that massive involvement in the Newcastle goal at the end. He didn't even touch the ball, but he had such a big involvement on the game. Free kick against Arsenal, Bournemouth, City. I know we didn't go to win them games, but it's more down to the team and not so much him. He did everything in his power to put us in that position to win. He's been amazing, Szoboszlai. Ekatike, likewise, has been fantastic. Very similar to Wirtz. That partnership's great. I don't know how to describe why I've got Szoboszlai over Ekatike. I think it's just down to influence on games. I think Szoboszlai's had more of a say, and it's been more important this year to us winning games. Don't know what you guys think.
I think everyone... go on, Ben.
I think he's kicked on this year. I think it's his best season for Liverpool. That goes without saying. I think he's scored 10 goals now, they were saying as well. Energy levels, leadership, his technical ability on the ball's improved. I think it's quite a clear 1 and 2, and I think there's a gap between 1 and 2 in my opinion as well. I think 1 and 2, the gap from 1 and 2 to 3, so 1 and 2 and then 3 is quite big. I think they were an obvious front 2. But Szoboszlai to Ekatike has also got a big gap there. I don't think has there been any games he's been less than 7 out of 10? Maybe 1, but not many. He's been 7, 8, 9 every week.
Yeah, I agree. Liam, I assume you echoed the thoughts.
Yeah, exactly that. I think everyone would agree as well. Pretty much every Liverpool fan would agree that Szoboszlai is the best Liverpool player this season. He's arguably, I don't know what you think, he's probably saved Slot's job this season.
Yeah.
Which is a bit
multiple times.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the full 21. I'm going to run through my list and we'll do our lists just in order. Just no explanation, just say the names. Okay. 21, Isak. 20, Endo. 19, Chiesa. 18, Mamardashvili. 7, start again. I don't know why I said 7. 21, Isak. 20, Endo. 19, Chiesa. 18, Mamardashvili. 17, Gakpo. 16, Salah. 15, McAllister. 14, Ngamoa. 13, Bradley. 12, Gomez. 11, Robertson. 10, Frimpong. 9, Kirkes. 8, Konate. 7, Alisson. 6, Gravenberch. 5, Van Dijk. 4, Jones. 3, Wirtz. 2, Ekatike. 1, Szoboszlai. There's my list. Ben, take it away with yours, please.
21, Endo. 20, Gomez. 19, Rio. 18, Isak. 17, Mamardashvili. 16, Gakpo. 15, Chiesa. 14, Bradley. 13, Frimpong. 12, Konate. 11, I've got McAllister. 10, Salah. 9, Robertson. 8, Kirkes. 7, Alisson. 6 Gravenberch, 5 Jones, 4 Florian Wirtz, 3 Virgil van Dijk, number 2 Hugo Ekitike, and number 1 Dominic Szoboszlai.
Lovely, Liam.
I actually changed one of these round during the thing, but I'm going to.
Oh, here we go.
One of you made a really good point, and it convinced me to put a certain player higher. But anyways,
All right.
21 Isak, 20 Endo. This is so confusing. We'll start this again. This is so confusing because I've done it 20-1, and I've not done 21. 21 Isak, 20 Endo, 19 Mamardashvili, 18 Chiesa, 17 Robertson, 16 Gomez, 15 McAllister. No, I've done this wrong, haven't I? I've done this wrong again. Who have I forgot? I forgot Engamoa. Let me go again. Sorry. I'm just really apologise about this. 21 Isak, 19 Endo, 18 Marmadash. Have I just done it again? Oh, this is so frustrating. You guys know what I mean.
It's not like anyone's watching you, don't worry.
21 Isak, 20 Endo, 19 Marmadashvili, 18 Rio Engamoa, 17 Chiesa, 16 Robertson, 15 Gomez, 14 McAllister, 13 Bradley, Gakpo 12, Alisson 11, Salah 10, Frimpong 9, Konate 8, Kirkes 7, Wirtz 6, Gravenberch 5, Jones 4, Van Dijk 3, Ekitike 2, and Szoboszlai 1. Sorry about that.
Lovely. I mean, there you go for anyone listening on audio or whatever. They are the lists. I'll hopefully have some graphics sorted. I think the main one that stands out for me in terms of a difference from my list to yours, and I'll put the same to you in a second. What's one that stands out? Maybe you've got too high, too low compared to us two. I think my one's definitely Salah. I think you two had him near the top 10.
I think we both had him 10th.
10. Yeah. I had him down to 16th, 17th. Ben, is there any that stand out for you that we've maybe got in a different position to you? McAllister, did you have quite high?
What's that, sorry?
Did you have McAllister quite high? I think. Didn't know.
Yeah, Gomez low.
11. I had Gomez really low.
Right.
Yeah. So Gomez 20. I think you guys would disagree.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just game time. Just game time. He's done well when he's played, but he's barely played. So
yeah.
don't know what you want me to do about that.
Yeah.
I can't think what controversial ones you've had. I think Liam put Gakpo too high.
I love Cody Gakpo. What can I say?
Yeah, that's yours, definitely, Gakpo, I think.
Not the Robertson one. I'm still having nightmares about that Robertson one.
No.
You lot had him high.
James will be having your head off, I think, if we carry the stream on. I just want to give a quick shout out to Aidan O'Keefe with the 5. Thank you very much, mate. What's your guys' opinion on Tony Cascarino's take on Dominic Szoboszlai versus Gerrard? Mental and typical new age look on players now versus previous. Can't compare Gerrard world class. I agree with what you said. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah, no,
but
I haven't.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there's the stream and there's the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do leave a like and leave a comment. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? And do leave a like if you enjoyed, as I say. Subscribe and check out Liam and Ben. I'll link them down below. Both their TikToks are. I'm looking at that camera. That's not even live. I'm on this one now. Both their TikToks will be the first link in the description. And I do apologize for the slight wrongdoings and the camera dying. I've got a new setup now, as I say, so that shouldn't happen again. And I'll know it does that. So next time we should be future proof. Right. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.
What a roller coaster that was.